Good night, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to SANKI on the Go, SANKI Lifestyle Connect, where we just basically bring you together to connect about an amazing company called SANKI Global. And SAN means respect and key for vital energy. This company is based out of originally SANKI Mayor, which is the scientific medical side of the company, the inventive side of the company that's been around for now 51 years. SANKI Global itself started 11 years ago when they, merged and became this amazing company that would give this information to all of us. Because, at first, like I said, they were scientists and doctors creating and formulating and testing and trying these products. But after that, SANKI Global was born, and they were able to now bring the message to this side of the world, where they started in Mexico and Colombia, and they've grown ever since over the 11 years. And so since last year, they're now a part of the Caribbean market and just expanding, just pushing forward. It's just simply amazing. I remember last year, that would have been April, right, when the pandemic started to affect us on this side of the world. And we had just gotten some information from Dr. Behe Diaz about the efficacy of the Belage, and that the Belage, they had tested it since December 2019 to March 30th, March 31st. And what they had found was that the Belage actually helped and had the efficacy of fighting and combating viruses, influenza A, influenza B, and gastroenteritis and SARS by 85%. That's what they found. And so that was really interesting because, we had just gotten into this whole pandemic crazy. And so everybody was like, whoa, what's going on? And when we heard that, I was like, listen, we have to have this in our country. And I remember Mr. Avita being like, what? I said, Mr. Avita, we need this in our country, because if this can combat what's going on right now, we need this in the Bahamas. And I know everybody was like, okay, so how are we going to get this in the Bahamas? And it's like, I know our prime minister at that moment was saying, he's the whispers, in the Caribbean, we always call it, the grapevine. The grapevine was the country was shutting down. Everything was shutting down. Borders were shutting down. Nobody really knew what that meant because we never had it happen before, but we just felt everything was shutting down. That's how we felt. We weren't sure what that meant, but that's what we felt. And so with that being said, we were like, we need this in the Bahamas. How we can get this here? So I called Mr. Vito. I said, Mr. Vito, I don't know how you could do it, but we need it in the Bahamas, and we need it in the Bahamas now. And guys, persons have heard me say this before. I call Mr. Avita the yes man. And the reason why I call him the yes man is because once you give him a problem to solve, he solves it. He finds the solution and makes it happen. And I remember him saying, well, how much do you want? So I was like, I don't know. Like, when someone says, how much do you want? You're like, I don't know how much you give it. So it's like, I don't know what's the case, how much comes in a case. And so I remember him sending at least, I think it was like a full case of every single item, like especially the Belage and the Crenouille. And I think it was even the Inner Seven. He sent a few Hasakis with it. And I was like, wow. And, because of COVID regulations, thank God, we had a nurse on our team that was able to assist us in making sure that we got it out into the community and make it happen. But that's how it started, to allow us to have SANKI on the ground in the Bahamas. And literally it just grew and grew and grew. And now we have a fulfillment center. And so, and you've seen it develop where, before it was sporadic shipments every couple months. Now it's large shipments every single month. So I am just excited to see where we are going and where we've come from and where we're going, and where we're constantly pushing forward and just making it happen. And that's how I feel about SANKI. It's always cutting edge, always making sure, first of all, it has to make sense. And when it does make sense, Mr. Avita gives the okay. Dr. Helen, is on the bandwagon and making sure and pushing forward and making sure it happens for us as well at all times, and saying they need it. gung-ho. And so I am very excited to be a part of this company, an innovative company, a technology company that has wrapped itself around the health and wellness space, as King Tim Trahan always says, you know. And like I said in the beginning, if you didn't hear, SAN means respect and key for vital energy. And I know Mr. Pastor Searson always says, you know, in being in the Air Force, a retired Air Force veteran for over 40 years, he was there. And like he said, he was in Japan, and they always had that respect because it was always Papa San and Mama San in Japan. And it was the respect for the elderly. And you will hear many of the leaders say this over and over again. The reason the birth of this company was to really understand how the centenarians, those persons that live over 100, how do they live so long? How do they live so strong? You know, and it was found from a clinical perspective and scientific perspective that it had to do with their gut. So they literally went out and replicated the gut of a centenarian on the outside. Like, how could we replicate this and allow persons to intake something that can do the exact same thing that's happening in this gut to make sure we also could have that health and have and be, as we like to say, superhuman, you know, because to have centenarians that have lived past the age of 100 and they're not like hurting and creaking and cracking and, oh, my leg, oh, my arm, I can't do this. Child, don't get me up early in the morning. You know, they're out in the fields. They're doing what they want. They're doing as they like, and they're not suffering from all of these ailments that we're suffering from on this side of the world. Okay. And so that's where the vision came from. And when you many times will hear Dr. Behia Diaz speak about it, where he wanted to create something that could literally bring the body to a level of homeostasis, which simply means balance, so that the body could do what God, not what he could do, what God created it to do, which is heal itself. And so we've heard so many testimonies, if it's not out of Jamaica, out of Trinidad and Tobago, out of the Bahamas, out of the US, that will absolutely go, it makes you pause and go, yeah, really? Are you for real? And then it also will make those persons that are also going through the same problem, it makes them say, wow, do you mean I don't have to go through this pain anymore? Do you mean I don't have to suffer alone? Or you'll have that person that's the athlete that'll say, whoa, you're telling me I can have super strength? Yeah, you can. Because our products literally work from the healthy, like you can be as healthy as an ox, so you think, to the person that's really frail, and these products will work for you. That's what SANKI is about. Respect for vital energy, the energy that's in your body. So I want to put this disclaimer out there, guys. We are not here to cure or mitigate any disease. And we're also not saying that you're going to make $1 million, $1,000 gazillion, but you can if you so choose. Does that make sense? Whatever you put in is what you're going to get out. If you put in the work, you will get the return from the work that you put in. And if you use the products on a regular basis, you will see how they can reverse, recover, and restore your body. And, you know, one of the questions that we're always asked is, well, how long do I have to take the products for? Well, I love what Coach Carmen said the other day. She says, well, how often do you eat? How often do you eat? That was like priceless for me. I was like, how often do you eat? If you eat every day, then you need to take your melange every day. So like I said, we have a dynamic team of 4 individuals, and there's so many others. Definitely there's so many others a part of this team. But these are the main 4. You have Mr. Jose Avita to the far left. He is the CEO of the company. Like I said, he's my yes man, the guy that makes it happen. Then you have our CSMO, Dr. Helen DELAHOUSSAYE Clay, that goes above and beyond and makes sure that, especially our Caribbean market. Yeah, she deals with the US. I ain't telling you no lie, she deals with the US. But our Caribbean market, guys, man, she literally goes like, she does cartwheels and flips and everything for us, and make sure that we get what we need in order to succeed. And I think that is so vitally important. And with her being at the forefront, then her counterparts like Queen Fabiola Hernandez and King Tim Trahan, they do the same. Like they just follow suit. And, you know, she's following a great leader like Mr. Jose Avida. And so then she's a great leader. And then it allows this team of these four. And of course, there's a graphics team and there's so many other people behind the scenes. There's Christina Duque that, you know, is also a liaison for the Caribbean market and the international market. And she's amazing. And they're all working so hard to make sure that we in the field are successful when it comes to SANKI Global. So SANKI is backed with 50 years of scientific studies with the latest in nutrigenomics and Japanese biotechnology. Like I said, we have been around now in the market for 51 years. February gone, made it 51. And from the inception of the company, one of their main goals, on top of, you know, recreating this gut, the fermentation process of the gut, was to deal with the microbiome. And if you don't have a clue of what microbiome is, what it means, why is it important, I want to invite you to our microbiome call that we have had now for over 6 months. We've been doing it, I think now 8 months. Okay, since last year, November, we do it every single Tuesday, 7:30 Jamaican time, which would be on our side of the world, I should say in like the Eastern side would be 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. Join us and you will be blown away by that information. We want to educate the masses of this invisible force that's been hidden, not hidden, it has been hidden because we didn't know about it, but it was always there. It's been there for centuries from the inception of us being human. This invisible force is there that we cannot see, touch, smell, or feel. It can't be seen by the naked eye, but it's there, and it is our bacteria that lies within our bodies. And so we have persons like King Clive Campbell, the dynamic, phenomenal Dr. Joy Piera, Dr. Denise, aka Dr. Denise, as I call her, Nurse Donnalee Adderley. You have Beverly Wholeness out of Jamaica as well, and myself. We present to you about this microbiome, which will absolutely blow your mind every single week, because there's always an extra nugget that comes up.
I put another one in here, but you wouldn't know how to make that up. And I may not be over here early enough to give you.
Sorry about that, guys. Let me mute. I apologize. You know, but definitely get on that call tomorrow evening and you will be amazed. So with SANKI, the future is in research and development, and SANKI Global has found the process to develop active components that are revolutionizing nutrition at the cellular level. And the moment to join our 100-year legacy and vision is now. Yes, we have a 100-year legacy. I have never been in a company that says, guess what? We already know we're going to be around for 100 years. I mean, companies want to be around, but not already have the written agenda, not the written vision for 100 years. You know, you've hear people say, well, you know, we have a 20-year vision, we have a 5-year vision, we have a 10-year vision. 100 years? They already have it set out. So when you join or become a part of the movement as a customer, as a member, as a distributor, please note that SANKI is determined, already set in stone, written, decreed it, declared it, that they will be around no less than 100 years. The legacy has already been created. And this is a business from the business perspective that can be passed on to your children. My daughter said to me today, and I had to look at her sideways. I said, well, she says, boy, mommy, one thing about you, you always work hard. I said, everybody, we all as kids are constantly asking for things. So what am I supposed to do? Not work? So she says, I said, well, I think you need to get on board. Now, all of my kids are always in businesses that I join. I always get them involved in it. She says, oh, well, mommy, I'll just wait until you pass on. I said, what? I said, you want me dead? She says, no, now you're getting it wrong, mommy. I didn't say that. I said, so what are you saying? I'm confused. She says, I'm just saying that when you pass on, then I will just take over. Because she knows that this is a business that can be willed to your kids. So she's just saying that, mommy, when your time, she says, when you've done all you can do and you've left this earth, then I will take over your business in SANKI. I was like, okay. Really? Really now? I said, I'll haunt you from the grave. But guys, these are some of the 4 biggest problems, not only in America, but globally, which would be obesity, weight management. I know right now, I look down at this stomach that I have here. It drives me nuts, but it's shrinking. It's shrinking. It has shrunk since last year, which is exciting news for me because it was driving me insane. And my daughter, who is my caregiver, she'd be like, Mommy, you're not fat. You literally have skin, because I've actually lost weight. And so there's this just loose skin. And because I'm not able to walk, it's like, what do you do? But anyway, I figured things out. You rub your coffee beans, all these different things on your stomach, but I'm watching as it's shrinking. It's shrinking, guys. It's shrinking. But it just amazes me that after the pandemic, everybody else got to kind of experience what I go through, kind of sitting in one spot. You're not able to move as much as you want. You're stuck indoors. I told someone one day, when the pandemic was in full swing, I said, wow, y'all are now feeling how I was practicing for the past 5 years. Now y'all just caught up with me. So, because, not being able to walk and being stuck on this 32 square foot island all the time kind of gets boring and lonely. But we also have problems like heart disease, diabetes, and lack of energy. Sometimes feeling that lethargic feeling, you're sitting at your desk and you're like, oh my God, why am I here? I can't do it. I just can't do it. Even though you slept at night, you put your head down on that pillow, you went to sleep, but it's like, no, but it's just, it's insane. It's absolutely insane that these products that we're going to speak about, they do the trick. Okay. But 2 out of 3 Americans are overweight, but I don't even want to use the word Americans, because trust me, two out of 3 people in the world are overweight. Many places, 1 in 3 children in America are overweight. Every 34 seconds, someone suffers from a heart attack. Wow. Women account for nearly half of the heart attack deaths, and over a lifetime, heart disease kills women 5 times more than breast cancer. That always makes me pause. But 29.1 million people in the US have diabetes. Diabetes is just taking over. I know my sister, she got her doctorates in nursing. She's actually a professor at the University of Arizona for the nurse practitioners degree. And she did her thesis on diabetes, and just on the fact that diabetics and even hypertensive patients tend not to monitor themselves like that. It is vitally important that if you've been clinically diagnosed with certain ailments, that you must monitor it, so that even if you're dealing with a doctor, if you're going even from a natural perspective, whatever you decide in your life, it needs to be monitored so that you can be helped better. And so I encourage anybody on this line that if you are diabetic, if you are hypertensive, if you are going to a doctor, if you're going to go to a doctor, utilize our products, which is an amazing combination. We want to say, please monitor your numbers, have a journal, monitor them on a daily basis, twice a day, because that's when you're going to know when something's working and when it's not. I know for me, I was told from the beginning of my clinical diagnosis, watch what you're eating, watch what you're putting in your mouth, document what you're putting in your mouth. You're going to know when certain things are affecting you in a certain way. And so that's what I started doing. I know what changes what's going on in my body. I know what makes my skin tingle, sends the blood running, sends it gushing, or, just pushing through or not, making me feel a little sluggish, tired. I can tell you what it is I've eaten. Because why? You should be able to write down every day what's going in your mouth. And then it also makes you accountable to yourself. How much snacks am I eating? Am I eating junk food? Am I drinking too many sodas? What's going on? But guess what? We have the Fantabulous 4 to assist you. This Fantabulous 4 to me is simply amazing. And I believe someone is on this line that can actually assist me in presenting this. I know she didn't think I was going to bring her up, but how can she be on this call and not help me? Like, how can she possibly? So you know who you are, so you can absolutely unmute yourself. But Ducked. Yeah, exactly. See, she knew who she was. She unmuted herself, guys. You see? You see? Exactly. Exactly. She knew exactly what I was talking about. Hey, Dr. Denise, how are you?
Hi, darling queen. I'm great. I'm great.
So
Super
she's gonna
fabulous.
so she's gonna help me present these products tonight because, guys, we are really how can I say it? We are passionate about these products, not only because this is something, you know, we've created a blue ocean strategy for it from a perspective of our business, but also because we know and we've seen what they have done for so many people. So for us, it's more than just the money. And I've said this from the beginning, from the get-go of me being in this company. And I know sometimes people, you sitting on the call and you're like, okay, yeah, here they go. You know, they're talking about this thing. It's only because they want to sell me something. Listen, from the first day, I drank 2 cups of Belage. My fingertips started to tingle. Guys, my right arm had been numb since 2017. By the end of 2017, I went into a coma, February 2017. I was in a coma, I think it was either 10 or 12 days. I think it was 10 or 12 days, yes, in a coma. When I came out, initially, my right arm started to tingle. By the end of 2017, like around November, my right arm had gone completely numb. Numb to the point, I remember in 2018, I had moved up to my sister's house and I was on the road on my wheelchair and my tire was, I had gotten a rotary chair and my tires were real tires, like bike tires. And I remember my caregiver, when I'd gone to the court, to the basketball court and did my rounds, and I came back on the road. And she said, "Man, Miss Ruth Ann, your arm bleeding." I was like, "What?" My right arm was pouring blood where the wheel, because I don't know if any of y'all have ever sat in a wheelchair. When you're pushing the wheel, if you don't do it in such a way, or if you're not wearing a glove, your arm will rub against the wheel, especially depending on what type of wheels your wheelchair has. And these were tire wheels, like bike wheels. Guys, that rubber burned right through my skin. I did not know. So that's how numb my hand was. My fingers, I used to try to like put them together to try hold a pen. I could not. During the last election in the Bahamas, I had to mark an X. I had to have somebody help me to mark an X, to sign my name as an X. I could not sign my signature, guys, because I could not hold the pen properly. Because I couldn't get the two fingers, the pointer and the thumb, to do what it was supposed to do. They used to have a fight. They were at war with each other. They were like, "Child, I don't want to touch you. Child, I ain't touching you either. Who you is? No, not me." So I'm telling you, Dr. Denise, I'm telling you, it was insane. So when I tell people this, and I'm saying this because I am passionate, because I've seen what it's done for me. So when I was given that 2 cups of Belage in 2019, and I started to feel that tingling, I was like, this has to be a placebo. This is me willing this to work. But when I started taking that product in December, and I was able to come off of 300 milligrams of tramadol, that's an opioid. I was able to come back and dial back nearly, that would be 6, 12, 13, 14, 15. I've been able to dial back on 1,500 milligrams of gabapentin. I used to take 3,600 milligrams per day. I was able to dial back on 15. That's a lot. I was on the max. And normally when people are on the max of gabapentin, they can't function. I was on so much gabapentin to the point where my right shoulder had started to develop a twitch, because gabapentin causes you to have a nervous issue on top of your nerve issue. And so when I started dialing back off of that because of taking the Belage, all I had started on is the Belage and the Cornu, and within less than 2 weeks, I was able to do that. And then when Fabiola told me about pain one day when I spoke to her, and she said, "Oh, Ruth Ann, you need to throw that in a 7 in there," man, never looked back. When I need my bowels to function properly and correctly, I throw that Hasaki in there. Because with the clinical diagnosis that I have, it causes you to be incontinent. It used to even cause me, before these SANKI products, incontinence in the urine as well, to the point where when I was in the States, they wanted me to go to a urologist because sometimes my bladder could actually hold up to 400 mLs, which is considered dangerous because you can get infection of the kidneys. So yes, I'm sharing maybe a little too much information, but I'm sharing it so that y'all can understand why I am passionate about these products. I am passionate about these products because, let me share this picture. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see here. Because some things have happened to me that before, just, you know, as women, we like our beauty. We like to look good. My eye. My left eye, October 2019, was shut down. It used to look like I was winking at people. Now, the right photo was taken, I would say, January of last year. Now, my left eye wide open. The other day, my daughter came to me and said, "Oh, mommy, your eye looks tired." And she touched my right eye. I said, "Jordan, that's not the bad eye." I thought it was so funny. She's like, "Oh yeah, it's the wrong eye." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just probably tired." Because the good eye, she said, looked tired. And so I'm saying to you guys, like, certain things have transpired in my life that have completely changed what's going on. And so people who watch me from a distance, they say, "Yeah, but Ruthann, you see your eye? Your eye's so wide and bright now." So I wanted to share, you know, just these little tidbits so that you would know why I am passionate. And you're going to hear the passion in Dr. Denise's voice as she shares when, you know, as we impart some information to you about these dynamic products. So our Hasaki is made of the cacao. And yes, it's cocoa, but it's not the cocoa that you like to eat, okay? So it's not no chocolate. You ain't eating no chocolate. This is the cacao. And so the process is a cold press process that they do, and it's formulated to call bovia, which turns into literally an invisible formula. And this nourishes the microbiota with over 596 metabolites, but I'm going to allow Dr. Denise to explain the 596 and the importance of it. And it also improves protein absorption by 20%. Oftentimes we drink a lot of different shakes. We do all sorts of things to try and get protein in our system. But a lot of times it does not get in because it's not being able to permeate the cells, not able to permeate into the blood, into our blood in general, and then into, say, the colon and the intestines and do what it needs to do. But this allows for it. This is made for that to happen. It also increases the oxidation of fat, and it provides energy to trillions, not 100, trillions of the mitochondria. The mitochondria is the energy of your cells. And there's literally hundreds and thousands of mitochondria in our body, makes up to 60 to 70% of our body. So when you are tired and burnt out, believe me, your mitochondria is fast asleep or damaged. So, Dr. Denise, why is 596 so important when we talk about Hasaki?
Girl, you just like to get me started, you know.
Oh yeah, roar you up. We starting the engine.
Folks, tonight, you really don't know. These are really cutting-edge technology, nutrition, food in the palm of your hands, you know. 596 metabolites is actually the coding and the enzymic and amino acids amount that the body needs to help the body metabolize. All right, 596 is the exact amount of amino acids and enzymes. Listen carefully, the coding that is responsible for displacement of nutrition, absorption, rejuvenation, gene expression, and all of that within the metabolic system. So when these metabolites starts to do its work, meaning that it starts its digestion and start to reset that mitochondria and the microbiome into the body, it means that it is sending its signals, because every day you have gene expression, new cells, meaning the creation of new cells happening within the body. So when one part of the cells go die, all right, another set is rebuilt. But what is the gene expression? The gene expression actually is where these enzymic functions comes into play, comes into view, and it resets the body now to send the correct signals now so that you can replicate the correct cells now instead of being degenerated cells. I know you guys never heard this part before, but this is what it actually does. So what you are saying and what we are saying and what Queen Dr. Rutan is saying, that the Hasaki is really the foundation and building blocks in the colon to help reset for metabolizing, digestion of your proteins, your glucose, your carbohydrates, and all these things that we put into our system to get it to the correct amount of digestion that is going to start happening so the body can actually absorb what it needs to absorb and also replicate the correct type of cells to encourage metabolizing and kickstarting the mitochondria in the body. Back over to you, Dr. Rutan.
Yep, and another thing that we can add there is that it also assists in turning up the flora and turning down the flora, and assists with testosterone balance and estrogen balancing. So like she says, this is the base. Like, you know, your foundation is important. This is one of those foundations that you can definitely use, that Hasaki, to start and start running. But our bell age, beautiful age, balage, okay, morning shower, this really activates our body's antioxidants. It increases energy production naturally. When you start taking this, literally within 15 to 20 minutes, you can feel the difference, especially if something's going on in your body and you're very aware, because body awareness is another thing. Sometimes you're not even aware of what's going on in your body, so you're not even aware when something changes. But when you drink this Balage, you feel the difference in your body. Now, we have some people that say, oh, when I drank it the first time, I get so sleepy, I was tired. Guess what? It's because your body did a retracement, because something was going on in your body and it had to retrace. So we're not scared to tell you these things. So some companies say, oh, child, I can't tell them that. No, I can tell you. Then you'll have some people say, oh, my heart started racing. No, your heart did not start racing. Your blood started percolating the way it was supposed to percolate, but you've never felt that because it was sluggish before. And so what happens is the blood starts moving the way it should. So it feels like more energy is suddenly, like, you know, just pushed through you. But guess what? Take it for another day. It'll balance right out. Why? Homeostasis. Balance, 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 balance. That's what the products are for. It improves blood circulation. If we're all adults on this call, listen, for the men out there that need assistance in the bedroom, improves blood circulation. I'm just going to rest that right there. You know, okay. It increases hydration at the cellular level. These products are nanotechnology. So why is that important? Why does it stand out? Well, first of all, nano is minuscule. It's able to permeate eye wall barrier, brain barrier. You saw what it did to my eye. It allowed my eye to open back up. You know, we have a young man in Nassau, Darius, age of three, has not been able to walk, was diagnosed but not diagnosed because they couldn't figure out really what was going on with him. But it was muscle weakness, severe muscle weakness, to the point where 1, could not walk, 2, had to be tied, you know, back, because I don't know if anybody on here knows, but when you have muscle weakness, especially in the core area, and you sit in a wheelchair, you can't sit up. What I mean by you can't sit up, you can't sit back by yourself. You normally lean forward. You're going to fall out of the chair. So he used to have to be tied back in the chair. And I remember those days. I never used to get tied back, but I always sat forward, and everybody would be like, oh, that's not good posture, sit up. And I'm like, guys, y'all ain't understanding. I can't sit up. It's a difference. It ain't like I want to sit up. I can't. But anyway, I can now. I can do it now. But also he used to drool and his eyes used to roll in his head. And when he would move, his leg would shake, like completely vibrate. Like he would have like a slight spasm and his leg would just vibrate. Guys, less than 2 weeks on Balage, Inner 7, and Hasaki. Muscles started to form. The young man stopped drooling. The young man could sit up in his chair. Now he was able to stand, make 5 steps, 10 steps. He was able to go on a treadmill for 3 minutes. He's also now literally transferring himself from his chair to his bed by himself. Like he ready to run. You know, it is not to been able to walk for 10 years. I don't even want to imagine it. I mean, I'm on my 6th year, but I can only imagine how he feels because I'd be tripping. Like I won't get up like me and Cordis be having long conversations in the early wee hours in the morning. Like, God, what happened, man? What happened, man? When this gonna happen? But guys, this increases hydration at the cellular level with that nanotechnology. It's permeating the brain barrier, the eye barrier. It's doing what it's supposed to do. And I want to tell persons on this line, that same young man took the products feverishly. His mom used to give them to him like every single day. And then within maybe 6 months of him being on the products, he's like, oh, mommy, I don't want the hot sake no more. And then he only drinks the blanche sometimes. But guess what? Nothing has gone backwards. He is only getting stronger. So something has been reversed. Something has been restored. And it isn't going back to where it was. That is incredible. For me, my muscle strength on a daily basis is getting stronger and stronger. I feel each layer of muscle doing what it's supposed to do and building on each other. The inner 7 is Dr. Denise's baby, so I'm not even going to say nothing. I just going to say, Dr. Denise, take it over.
Wow, wow, wow. Guys, you don't know what inner 7 does. Inner 7 gets me excited. Inner 7 is like an aphrodisiac for me. It improves your natural defense mechanism, balances your pH, as you've seen on the screen, stimulates relaxation, vitalization, improves digestion, recovers your body's essential minerals. Minerals are very important for the body, especially keeping in mind magnesium. Magnesium, potassium, calcium, zinc, you will see those are labeled on the box because we have over 60 plus minerals in this formulation. But it can't fit all on the box. So we just put the major ones there to show what is actually on that box. Do you know what magnesium does? Magnesium is really the building blocks of your cells, your spark of life. Without minerals in your blood actually, those blood cells, mitochondria, nothing can be absorbed within the system. Have you ever realized that when you find your hair dropping, your fingernails become brittle, you know, your bones becoming osteo, is because the body is pulling the calcium from your body parts to alkalize and mineralize the blood, because without the blood there is no life. So everything has to be in that blood so that you can absorb nutrition, displacement of cells going through the body, the immune system builders and everything. So magnesium is one of the second most abundant element inside of the human body. So without this, we have issues with our whole endocrine system, because thyroids, parathyroids, adrenals, all of these glands go out of balance when we do not have these minerals within us, all right? And this mineral is so important. It helps with the anxiety attacks, panic attacks, asthma, blood clots, bowel disease, depression, kidney disease, migraines, musculoskeletal conditions, you know, diabetes, fatigue, even hypertension, because what the mineral does, it actually helps the body to be able to absorb digestion in the digestive tract when you digest your foods and displace it within the body. So once we have these minerals in the body, it is held in magnesium, calcium, potassium, selenium, zinc, and copper. You know, it helps to support the cellular inner balance and stimulate cellular detoxification as well. So this is so important in our body. It improves actually your insulin sensitivity, reduces metabolic syndrome, and also in intestinal transit of nutrients to the body, because it actually, when the body digests food, goes into the large intestines to be absorbed back as nutrients into the body. Folks, we are so privileged to have these minerals, because there is lack in our diet today. What the foods that we are eating is not food. It is not food. Let's just put it across the board. There's no nutrition null evaluation in these foods that we take. So we need to have minerals in our body. We need to have a non, how you call it, an unadulterated product that has not been touched by anything, you know, processed or any additives or anything. And this is what we have in the palm of our hands. Nanotechnology, as Queen Dr. Rutan just said a while ago. And this is so important to us. I mean, I have used, even on myself, today I must be downloaded about 3 packs of minerals, you know, together with my Belage mix, because I'm telling you, your body, you cannot overdose yourself with these minerals, whether you're healthy, whether you're in a degenerated condition or what. It really helps. It actually sends additional NO, nitric oxide, within the body. These minerals can have the organs activated and produce it, because when the body is full of food and nutrition, that's what the organs will do. It will produce the vitamins and minerals now to help the body, propel the body forward for rejuvenation and regeneration. So if our bodies are not made to put a vitamin or mineral in it, you know, but when it is so degenerated, now you have to help that poor little mitochondria and that life force to do what it requires. And that is why many of us feel when we do the minerals in our body, that added burst of energy, and we can do a Usain Bolt, you know, a jump, because of the niacin rush, the bees that is activated through these minerals. You get vasodilation, more oxygen flow throughout the heart, and all of these things. So folks, you know, this is what we have in our hand. Potassium, you know, it acts as a catalyst to bring about nitric oxide within the body. These are things that, you know, it is so important that we understand what it does. You know, it's like the arginine effect within the system for blood flow and proper healing within our bodies as well, because these minerals do that. It helps heal wounds, and even internally, and internal bleeding and so forth, stomach lining. So back over to you, Dr. Rutan.
Wow, I absolutely love it. So then we have this Cronwy fire, and you know, it is made out of a little bit, of course, of the bacteria off the olive, the rosemary. So it got a little bit of Belage in there. And then we have the Japanese black beans. And when you look up what black beans are capable of doing, all on their own, not even with the formulation, not even with the science, they, you know, not even going anywhere deep into what SANKI Mayor has done, you will be like, what? I mean, I'm talking about sleep, high blood pressure, diabetes, like it deals with everything that I'm about to tell you. That's what black beans do. Okay. That's what black beans do. And then you have the antioxidants out of the green tea. No, it's not. I didn't say caffeine. Like, let's make sure I'm being clear. The antioxidants out of the green tea is going to be in this Cronwy fire, along with the Belage, some of the Belage that's, you know, tucked away in there as well. And if you keep listening to the videos and listening to Dr. Bay Diaz, you'll learn that the reason why even not only the bacteria from the olive leaf, but then the oil from the olive tree is also used. Why? To open up the cells in order to allow the product, just like how they, you know, when you get an essential oil and you have to put a base, have a base to it. This uses the olive, the oil in the olive to then permeate these products in through to the cell walls. So it gets in. So that's where the advanced delivery system, so it can pass through. Man, y'all ain't hearing me. These products blow me away. And I promise you, Dr. Denise, every single time I listen to another video and I hear and I listen to you, I listen to Clive, I listen to Dr. Franco, listen to Dr. Diaz, I'm like, oh my goodness. If we really understood what we have at our fingertips, you wouldn't sleep, because you'd want to share this with everybody that you know, everybody that you believe has something going on in their body. You would want them to be drinking Belage. If they ain't drinking nothing else, they drinking Belage and N7. You know, if they don't have no hypertension or nothing, drink the Belage, drink the Belage, drink the Belage. If you have, drink the Belage. You have everything, nothing going on, drink Belage and all the products. But if you want to start somewhere, you drink that Belage. But this Cronwy fire, it reduces the absorption of calories and sugars and carbs. But not only does it reduce the absorption of calories, It removes the sugars and carbs.
Right.
So that's how it's able to literally lower sugar, lower pressure, bring it all the way down. And guess what? It cleans out your arteries. It cleans out your arteries and it helps you to burn fat. You know, you would hear the testimony from Pastor Wendell Lewis. He said he's had heart issues. He has stents. The products are working amazing on him. But he also said he gained, a little 10 to 10 pounds over COVID. In less than a month, he's not changing anything because he's not doing any extra walking, no exercising, just drinking his products. Started drinking and making sure to drink that quantity every night. He lost his 10 pounds. Not doing anything. He did not go out to do it. And that's what I absolutely love. You don't have to go above and beyond. We're not, and if you go above and beyond, you're going to see incredible results very quickly. Right. Very quickly. We have Coach Carmen, who's training to be an Olympian athlete. She does the bodybuilding, Miss Olympia. I mean, if you see how fit this lady is, you'll be like, what? And she's 49. And like she says, what she has felt in her body in taking these products and what it has done for her fitness levels blows her mind every time she goes and drinks her Ballage with her Inner 7. She is amazed at what happens in her training when she's doing her training. So guys, this also deals with the gastroprotection and antioxidation, and it increases thermogenesis to remove fatty tissue. So like I said, it burns the fat. So a lot of times when you drink the Chronomy, especially if you drink it at night, because we suggest that you drink it at night, especially if you're working with the high blood pressure and the diabetes, because the plus about it is that it gives you an incredible rest. I'm not even going to use the word sleep, because we all go to sleep, but we don't rest. I know for me, I never used to rest. Being on CellSep, which is an immunosuppressant, I was taking sometimes up to, at one point, I think it was like 1,250 milligrams of CellSep twice a day. Now I'm on 500 milligrams twice a day. Why do you think? Because of these products. Because before, my immune system could not get under control. My immune system was just attacking itself all day, every day, having fun, just running around crazy. Now it's balancing itself out. It's doing what God created it to do. So these are some products, guys, that, for all those persons that are listening to us today, that are either on YouTube, Facebook, because I have it live there. Guys, it's amazing. You hear what Anastasia says. I drink the Ballage and Inner 7 with each run. She's an athlete. She's a marathon runner. She shaved, 19 minutes off her time? 19 minutes. You know what it is to shave 19 minutes off your time as an athlete? You can imagine if all the athletes in the world were really using Ballage. Well, child, that's what you call true competition, because everybody would be outperforming themselves, like truly outperforming themselves. Oh, Marva, it's recorded because it's on Facebook and it's on YouTube, girl. Girl, it's live. Girl, I got this. I got this all set up now, Marva. Girl, I on top of tags. On top of tags. Girl, yeah, I'm getting organized, guys. Thank you. Appreciate you. But yeah, so do you have anything else to say about these dynamic products, my love?
Girl, you just covered it. I just want to, just to impress on those who are listening on today. I really had a upper opener. My little boy, 7-year-old, he developed a little coughing. I just hear him coughing. So he knows he takes the Ballage in the morning with some Inner 7. So he drank some this morning. And this is really a testimony I'm giving here. And he said, but mommy, I'm coughing. And every time he's going to, do this spit and so forth. And here he's saying, mommy, this thing is cleaning out my mucus. So you know what's going to happen is mucus, right? So you got to mix me another batch. So I had to mix this little boy another batch with some Inner 7. And tonight he got his Ballage with some Krenou. And he's going to bed. He said, yes, mommy, that has settled. I noticed the throat is not itching anymore. So these are some of the, you know, real life experiences we are having. You know, you can take this and it helps with the inflammation, inflammatory, and he knows this is good for his body, so he drinks it every day. I'm just saying that for those who are on the call who have little ones and babies, even babies, you can do it in droppers and give it to them, you know? Yeah, Dr.
Well, no, but I agree with you because Dr. Nini's Cece this morning, my grandbaby, she came by the house and she was on the bed with me. Now, when we lived at the other house, she would take her Belage and everything every day, but because she's not here every day, it's not become a routine. And so only when she's not feeling well does she take it. So this morning when she came, well, I have a video of her, I think it was last week, she was feeling kind of funny. And so I said, well, Cece, you know what you need? She says, yes, Nana, Belage and Crenouille, because she drinks Belage and Crenouille and then a 7 together. She drinks all 3. And so we poured it in the cup and she drank it. So that was last week. So I have a video of that. I need to put that up so I can share that with everybody. But today she was sitting on my bed and then suddenly she got up. And you know, when you can tell a child is about to vomit, like, you know, that gagging, that movement of their mouth and head. So I was like, Cece, are you okay? And of course, you know how heart aching it is because I can't move. All I can do is say, are you okay? And then I have to call somebody else to come and help. So I was like, Cece, are you okay? And she just started gagging again. So I'm like, Cece needs help. Like I'm sitting in the bed screaming, saying, come somebody, I need help. So her grandfather came and she had literally started to vomit. So I was like, listen, she needs her Belage and a 7 and she needs it now.
Yes.
And so she had a little bottle of water. So I did what you always say, you know, in smaller amounts, just do half. And so I did a couple squirts of the inner 7 and half pack Belage in the smaller bottle that she had because she didn't have a big bottle. And she started sipping on it. And so about like, what would that have been? Her mom talked to her initially and she sounded like she was on death's bed, right? Total death's bed. So her mom's like, do I need to come off of work? I was like, no, just give it a couple minutes, you know, she'll be fine.
Yes.
So she drank maybe 4 or 5 sips of the Belage. And then about 5 minutes later, she vomited again. Now she's bringing up erroneous amounts of mucus.
Yes.
Like my other daughter says, oh my God, mommy, it's all it is mucus. Like it wasn't even just vomit. It was just, all she brought up was mucus. Yes. Just piles of mucus. And so she vomited one more time, this whole pile of mucus. And then I told us, okay, calm down for a couple minutes, just lay down. And I said, then drink a little bit more Belage. She drank the Belage with the inner 7. So then I got kind of scared because I was like, okay, now she's vomited like 3 times now. So I said, anyway, I called my daughter. I said, come get her, carry her to the doctor. I said, but I think all it is a gastroenteritis. It's just something like you know, she's caught a little virus from somewhere.
That's right.
And I said, the Belage is now bringing it up. It's reacting to it. Well, child, Dr. Denise, after she came from the doctor, she was fine. Nothing was wrong. The child was fine. Fine. Yes. Drink her Belage, drink her in the 7. I say, yeah, that sounds about right. So we want to encourage y'all out there. Anyone that has children, that it's safe. It's safe. It's all 100% plant-based. It's 100% natural. So, you know, please give it to your kids. Give it to your kids. You know, this should be in every home, every shelf. This should be the go-to. You hear your child sneeze, cough.
That's right. Actually, that should be the first thing your hand reach to in your medicine cabinet. And it should be all over the house as well, wherever you can reach it. When you see somebody starting to go into, we use the term sick. I think we are just, you know, programmed into thinking that we need a pill. But when this happens, you just go reach for that. And that's the ease for the body.
Yeah, because I mean, technically this should be your orange juice in the morning. Like, you know how your program, drink a cup of orange juice with your breakfast, or drink a hot cup of tea. Well, either drink some hot Belage. You could drink it hot if you want. You could drink it, give the kids warm, however you wish. And then you can also drink it cold. Let it be their orange juice. Let it be the juice in their lunchbox from now on. They don't need the Capri Sun 100%. How this is how I always look at it. How could a drink be 100% juice but sit on a shelf and don't go off?
Yep.
Let that sink in for a bit.
Oh, wow.
Because if you leave an orange on the shelf, or if you leave a grape on the shelf, guess what it can do? It can go off. Okay, so I just want to rest that there. But here at SANKI Global, guys, we have the research manuals to back it. So if you're that individual that needs more information, get back to the person that brought you this call. Let them know. Let them get those research manuals to you. Let them get the research manuals to give your doctor. Because if the doctors read the manuals, and trust me, you will know if they do. Because if they read the manuals, they'll be like, listen, can I have some of these products? Can I get these products for my patients? Because that's how powerful the research manuals are. Okay. And so like I always draw people's attention to the BSCG stamp of approval in the middle. That's certified drug free. So for all those athletes out there that are concerned that, oh, I'm going to get tested and there's a drug in here that might spike on the chart and say that I'm taking drugs. No, all natural, 100% plant-based, certified, gluten-free, and non-GMO. And we have our stamp for advanced delivery system. Like I said, it is patented technology that permeates all barriers, the blood barrier, brain barrier, and the eye barrier. We are in the JAMA, Journal of American Medicine, also in the Physician's Desk Reference, which is the Bible for doctors, which they go to. They can find the Balaj inside that book. And what does the Blue Ocean Strategy mean? It simply means that we create our own highway. Here at SANKI Global, we have created our own highway. You would always hear King Tim Trahan say it. We are a technology company wrapped in the health and wellness space because we are going to help to create superhumans by really making sure that your body is at optimal health, for allowing the body to allow what God created it to do, which is heal itself. These products aren't going to heal you, but your body is going to heal itself, but you got to give it the right nutrition in order to do so. And so that's what our products actually do. And that's what they're about. So we tell you here, don't believe us. It's all good. Just watch, just take your time and watch us. So now I'm going to switch gears a little bit. So for those persons that only came to hear about the products, well, you can click off now. That's not a problem. We're not offended. That's what we're here to do. We're here to give you the good news, as well as show you the good news about how you can create an income with a fantastic set of formulas that will allow you just to do just that. Okay. So one of the ways that we get paid is through customers. We absolutely love customers here at SANKI Global. You can literally get every 3 customers that purchase 2 products within your 28-day cycle, which would be from the day that you start till the following 28 days that precede. Every 3 customers that purchase 2 products, you're going to get $100. And this is unlimited. So you can do this over and over and over again. 9 customers, $300, and the list goes on. And so every time that happens, that those 3 customers with that $100, you're going to get 2 boxes of product. Guys, 2 boxes of product, you know what that is? That's 100% profit. You can go out and sell these 2 boxes of products and make money. So now you've earned the $100 and you've gotten 100% profit on 2 products that you can go out and make money on. Also, one of the first ranks in the company is certified distributor, and that simply means get that first customer and you're on your way to starting to hit different ranks in the company. So after that is binary qualified. You've gotten those 3 customers. Go out and find 2 persons that want to do exactly what you're doing, which is become a distributor. And with that, you will then earn 90%, which we call the Hoshi or fast start bonus. 90% of how that person comes into the company, which would be anywhere from 50 points to 400 points. So that here shows you $45 for the 50-point distributor coming in and $100 for the 3 customers, right? So fast start bonus, 45, 3 customers, 100, which makes it 190. And for that fast start bonus, you're going to get for the first one, $40. Okay. It's 40% of the accumulated 2 directs that you've just brought in. So whatever level they come on will be 40% of the accumulation of that. Okay. And from then on, it'll be 20% of how those 2 distributors come in. So like I said, those points could go anywhere from 50 to 400, okay? And then we have from there, 20% earn up to 20% on your lesser team. What does that mean? You're like, okay, now you speak in French. I don't know what you're talking about. Lesser team simply means, we said that you're a binary, which means 2. So lesser team means if you had your left side and your right side, so you have 2 teams. Lesser meaning if one side has 1,000 points and the other side has 500 points, lesser would be the 500. So that's just simply what lesser means. And then it would be 20% of that 500, up to 20% of that 500. Okay. And then earn up to 25% check match bonus on everybody that you personally bring into the company on what they make from their pairs bonus, which is the residual aspect, as well as their pairs plus bonus, and from their star bonus. So this is something that happens every single week. We are paid weekly here at SANKI Global. And then one of our next ranks are the duplicator rank, which simply means you're going to have a total sales points of 300 points, you personally, and then your left team and your right team, all the persons that you personally bring in and all the persons that they bring in and their customers accumulate 600 total group points under each of those legs. And guess what? Duplicator rank is done. And you're moving on to the next ranks. And so from there, it's bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, double diamond, triple diamond, ambassador, and crown ambassador. And guys, simply the sky is the limit. One of the ranks that, or I should say, one of the bonuses that the company gives is a 9%. I like to call it like a profit sharing at the end of your cycle. And here at SANKI, you have a leadership period of anywhere from 8 to 9 weeks, which a lot of other companies, it's just a month. You have 1 month to do whatever you have to do, and that's it. So you're constantly on the wheel, going. Here you actually have 8 to 9 weeks to make it happen and get it done. And it is definitely doable. And, you know, finally, here in the Caribbean market, we have our first platinum, which to me tells me that the ceiling has been broken and the door and gate is now open to everybody to achieve it. You know, it's just like that 4-minute mile. Once it was broken, it happened over and over and over and over again. Whereas when it wasn't done, everybody sat there and said, oh, do you think it could? Do you think it could? Well, guess what? It has been done. So now it's for everybody to be on that same level and make it happen, because definitely it can happen. So I'm so excited for that in our company. Let me see if there's any questions. No, the three customers do not have to be on auto ship. Or is it only you as a distributor? Yes, Ken Campbell, only you as the distributor have to be on auto ship. And the reason why you're on auto ship is more so for you to really get the cheapest price possible, as well as for you to then get paid through the pairs bonus, which is your residual aspect. But you will still get paid the customers, and you'll also get paid the fast start bonus, even if you're not on auto ship. You know, however, if you're in it for the business, I would highly always recommend that, you know, make sure that your auto ship is set. Don't ever expect anybody to do something that you're not willing to do. So if you're not willing to put an auto ship in there, do not expect for anybody that you bring into the company to do the same. And I always feel that, you know, follow the leader is very important. So Ken, if you want persons to be on auto ship, make sure you're on auto ship as well. That to me is most important. So by now, I know you've decided that either you didn't get the information that you needed, and so you need to get back to the person that brought you to this call, or by now you've decided that, guess what? I want to be a customer. I want to be a customer. I need to be a customer. Okay. Or by now you've decided, you know what? She said you could save some money. What was that one called? I want to be that one. Okay, so then that means you want to be a member. You want to be a member because you want to save money. You ain't say you want to do no business. You ain't want to be on no auto ship, but you want to save money. So you want to be that member. So you want to choose any of these packs. And that will allow you to be a member, and it will also allow you to get it cheaper than a customer gets it. Or you're that individual that says, hold on now, the products sound off the chain. That money sound like that's where I need to be. So if that is you, choose from one of these packs, and that also allows you to be a part of the business, delve in. First thing you're going to do, of course, when you get into the business is set your auto ship, because that is the lifeblood of your business. And once you set the standard and you bring in other people, you want them to do exactly what you're doing. So before we go, you know, I can't leave this call. Without bringing up my boy them. King Clive, you know you can't come on my call and don't have nothing to say, right? You know that, right? That's like me coming on the microbiome call and just sitting quietly in the corner. King Clive, are you out there?
I'm trying to unmute, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy. Tell me what you want to do. I was multitasking.
Well, you tell me whatever you want to tell the people out there about what's going to happen tomorrow night. You want to tell them, you want to invite them out and tell them what they're going to expect. Just tell them something, man. Tell them something.
Yes. No, ladies and gentlemen, as I was saying on a call a while ago, I went to a medical facility last week, and the doctor that attended to me, at the end of her telling me that my blood pressure normal and blood sugar normal, I engaged her in a conversation on the microbiome. And when she was talking about what the microbiome is, I just injected and said to her, the microbiome represents the 39 trillion live microbes living inside of your gut. And it's now being nicknamed by medical science as your second brain. She said, what is your name? Well, you know all of this information. And when I told her my name, she said, that's my father's first name, too. And I said, struck a chord there. So she took my number and my name and said she's going to look at it. I got a text message 1 hour ago that she wanted to talk to me tomorrow. And she wanted to know more about this and where we can go from here with it. So, ladies and gentlemen, the point I want to make is that we have something that many persons in the medical profession, they are very busy looking after the next sick patient. We must not take it for granted that your doctor knows. But this information is too big for your doctor not to know about the microbiome, because it is a new frontier in medical science. And you may not have even done a first aid course. You can say to your doctor, doctor, look at this. And your doctor might become excited and take it to the next level. So I said that to encourage someone that don't think small where you are. Anything you're now thinking, think times 10. So if you were inviting 5 persons to the microbiome call tomorrow evening, multiply that by 10 and find a way to keep on reminding them to come on the call. Because tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, yes, we're going to talk about the microbiome for about 15, 20 minutes. But then we're going to have chiming in for another 15, at least, to say 20 minutes. Dr. Pereira, Denise Pereira, who is on this call tonight. And guess what? She will be talking about the microbiome and the immune system. This is a call you do not want to miss, because just in case you're wondering if your immune system is up to date, state of the art, and is able to deal with the ravages of COVID-19, you might want to hear how to ensure that it's up to date, current, and running and fortified under the new management of SANKI system. So you want to come and hear from the brightest minds in the Caribbean on the microbiome and the immune system, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, I want Dr. Ruthan, of course, will be doing her thing. Dr. Nurse Adelaide also. And it is going to be a beautiful call. So please do not stall. Make a call and invite as many persons as possible to come on the microbiome call tomorrow night. We're going to have a catawampus time, as Lady Bev would remind us. So have I done justice to that, Dr. Ruthan?
Well, I have come to the conclusion, King Clive, that you have a book. And in that book, you have a lot of words that rhyme. So that whenever you say one, you know which other one to pick up for it just to sound right. I've come to that conclusion. So whatever book that is you'll be reading, you can send that my way so I could just, be able to rhyme when I talk too. Because not only are you the guru of the microbiome, not only are you the king of the microbiome, but you are the poet of health, because you're light on the ears. People can sit and listen to you. Man, listen, I can't wait for tomorrow. I can't wait for Dr. Denise. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. This is going to be exciting. So I want to say thank you so much, King Clive, for your input tonight. That was amazing. And tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Jamaican time or Central time, be on the call. Be on the call, guys. I'm thinking that I'm going to not have this call tomorrow night at 9, which would be the regular 9 p.m. call. That's for the Bahamas. So get on our microbiome call. We're normally on there for about an hour. That's what we try to keep you for. So please join us tomorrow night. Bring a guest. Like he said, bring 3 guests, bring 10 guests. Let us pack the call out. Let's get to the point where we can't get more than 500 people on that call. Let's do that. How about that? Let's do that tomorrow. Bring 10 guests tomorrow, guys, so that they can hear about this invisible force in their body and hear how these amazing nutraceuticals based in nanotechnology and nutrigenomics can literally feed this invisible force inside of your body that we need to make sure our bodies can take care of themselves. So my name is Dr. Ruth Ann Newton-Lyburn out of Freeport, Bahamas. And like I always say, service to humanity, guys, is service to God. Good night, my friends.